fun news. The ferry is delayed. It's 5 hours delayed.
Wow, you guys, look at the horizon line. Look how much they're turning.
Every time I move, it's bad. They literally said, just sit. Please don't try to walk around, don't go out on the deck. We are accidentally locked out of our room. So now we're just sitting in the snack bar waiting for it to reopen.
Trying not to get sick.
I was about to say, because I cannot go back down those stairs. I will lose it. Oh. Well, good morning, adventurers. From a very rainy last day here in Alaska. That is right. We are finally, sadly, maybe not so sadly, leaving.
Well, the weather has taken a turn for the worse here in Ketchikan, so.
We didn't realize it's a lot like Seattle up here. It just rains a lot. But you know, when we came up to Alaska, we took the ferry from the Seattle area up here, and we tent camped on the deck, and that was a wild 3 days. So we do have to take the ferry back down. Luckily, it's only from Ketchikan, and this time we're gonna do it in style. We got ourselves a stateroom. That's partly because it's gonna make the trip so much more comfortable, but also there is a typhoon headed towards us. It was the second strongest storm of the entire year, and it has been downgraded now, but it's still bringing a lot of wind and rain. I think it's gonna be a very brutal ride. We have 2 full days on here. So I've got ginger, I've got bonine, I've got dramamine, I've got other types of ginger. I'm prepared to be fully seasick for 2 full days as we go, but at least I'll get to throw up in the comfort of my lovely stateroom.
So you guys might remember in one of our previous videos, we were making the drive from Anchorage down to Haines, and we had a couple little issues spring up with Clementine. One of them was that ticking that's coming from the engine. Luckily, we've driven many, many miles. The sound hasn't gotten any worse. There's no white smoke coming out of the exhaust or anything like that. So we've just been chancing it. We've been driving it as little as we can. But you guys also saw that Clementine and Ruby both got incredibly dirty on that drive. So first order of business, before we go any further, we're gonna get them freaking cleaned up. So I know it's raining and disgusting out here, but we're still gonna give this thing a wash because this dirt and grime, a lot of it's kind of falling off, but some of it is really just like caked on all over the RV. And I cannot look at it any longer. It's embarrassing.
I don't think the rain's gonna stop anytime soon up here or down south, so we're just gonna do it.
It's a quick clean and get some of the dirt off, and then we're ferry bound. All right, these ladies are looking much, much better. Clementine took about 30 minutes, Ruby took about 3.
Clementine is such a beast to do. I hate it, but she does look so much better.
Yeah.
She looked like she was becoming part of the forest. I swear to God, it looked like she was like getting covered in, I don't know, moss and creatures.
Yeah,
it was
but
gross.
it was just dirt.
Yeah.
It just needed to get knocked off. And now it's gonna sit inside the ferry, nice and safe and sound from all the elements, at least for a couple days.
Yeah, but first we have to drive through all of the elements to get to the ferry.
Yeah, that'll be
Detailed,
all right.
it's fine. Hi, just checking in.
Columbia was delayed up north
Okay.
due to fog, so they're about 5 hours behind.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll be back by 5.
Everybody here.
Okay. All right, y'all. We are officially all checked in, but fun news: the ferry is delayed. Not by 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or even 4 hours. It's 5 hours delayed. So
Yeah, that was an unpleasant surprise. It was because of fog, right?
yeah, fog up north, and then we're freaking, now we're gonna be even more in the path of the typhoon because it was supposed to come in tomorrow, but
Allison asked if it was gonna be bad, and the lady just said, make sure you have Dramamine.
I got every kind of motion sickness stuff you can think of, so hopefully we'll be okay.
And you'll probably still throw up somehow.
Probably.
So now we got a lot of time to kill.
Should we go wash everything all over again?
Yeah, sure. And we did it all quick because we thought we didn't have time.
I know, we got up so early today. We were like, man, we're doing so good on time. It turns out we could have been 5 hours late and it would have been fine.
So we have just been killing time in Ketchikan at a bar. It's about 5 o'clock, and that's when they told us to start lining up for the ferry. However, the ferry isn't supposed to get here until 6. So we're just gonna have to sit in the RV for another hour.
We just went and sat for hours at the bar, sit for hours at the ferry
It's
terminal.
been a lot of just sitting and waiting, a lot more than I thought we would do
and
today.
then sit for 2 days on the ferry. That's all.
Well, there's a bunch of people here now, but we were the first ones here. So Clementine is front row center, y'all. Did you notice this tow truck over here?
Oh, I don't know how you couldn't notice it. It don't need to be pretty if you have a camel toe.
Clever.
I'll let y'all sort that one out, but you'll never forget the name of that towing company, to be sure.
All right, y'all, the MV Columbia has officially arrived at 6 o'clock on the dot. Better late than never. Are you ready to board? Finally.
I'm ready, except that we have to wait for everyone to disembark.
Yeah.
And then us to embark. But at least it's nice and toasty in here, and it's not really raining that bad outside. So, pluses to a big minus.
You guys are not gonna believe this, but I think I was the first vehicle chosen to load. Parking brakes on. RV off.
We've officially made it on board, and we're waiting to chat with the purser, who is the person,
The purser is the person.
Purser is the person who is like the gatekeeper of the ship. I feel like they know everything, they can do everything. If you have any questions or issues, you go to them. We technically have a 4-berth bedroom, which means it's for 4 people, twice the price of a 2-bunk room. And so we were waiting till all these people check in to see if maybe somebody gave up a room or didn't show and we can switch.
Not hold my breath.
No, there's a lot of people not holding your berth for the purser, huh? Eric was the first one on, I was the last one on.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when you're the last one on. Y'all, we officially have our room, and we got a 2-person bunk instead of a 4-person room, which
that money.
saved us over $200.
Worth it.
Totally worth it. But it took them a couple hours to figure it out, so in the meantime, we stored our stuff in this handy little locker here.
These are the
50
deepest.
cents.
These are like 3 feet deep lockers. It's crazy.
It's pretty wild. But as we mentioned last time we were on this ferry, we stayed on a tent outside. And so this time we have a very nice stateroom.
And
which,
needless to say, no one else is in the tent right now because the weather is so horrible.
It is wild out there. It's so windy and so rainy. But we want to give you guys a quick look around our little stateroom. But I think we're going to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta go to bed. I'm tired.
Yeah, it has gotten so late, y'all. Everything was so delayed. Okay, good night.
Good night. Where do I go? What do I do? Should we
Go into
stuff them in
there.
the locker?
Oh yeah, I'll
All right, in
show
the
you in
locker
there.
you go. Shut the door. Shut the door now.
As we are making our open water crossing, be aware of closing doors and be aware of slamming doors. Please use extra caution as you move in about the ship. Find a place to sit and get comfortable. Thank you.
Y'all, we woke up to an announcement that we were going through open water, which means that it is not protected on either side in the inside passage. And oh my god, it's so bumpy, y'all. I took my Dramamine, but it's not working so well. Though I will say it's much nicer being out here in the fresh air than down in our room, just like going up and down on the bed.
Yeah, the walk up here from the room, I was getting like sweaty.
It was wild. You felt like you were like floating in outer space half the time, and
Yeah.
then being pulled with like the most gravity back down to earth.
Yeah, you're like insta sick.
Oh man, I hope that this is not the rest.
Whoa. Okay.
Hold on.
This thing is bouncing. Holy cow! You. Hey there.
Get in on this game.
This little group over here is playing a game of who's the last man or woman standing. Apparently we're about to take a hard left. They're gonna see which of them can survive the left and the waves.
Are we allowed to hold on?
You're not playing the game.
He's already at level 2.
If you're playing the game.
Oh yeah, it's level 2 when you're out on the weapon.
Holy shit.
Wow, you guys, look at the horizon line. Look how much they're turning. Wow. They're going hard after me.
I think we're gonna go back to our room and everything's gonna be on the floor. We shouldn't have left anything on the
Not have a
countertop.
lid on your beverage right now.
Well, even with all this wildness going on, there's still people tent camping, y'all.
Badasses.
I know, I kind of feel like maybe we should have just sucked it up and done it.
No. We put in our time.
Then our tent would be covered in rain and Allison's vomit. It would not be pretty. All right, and with that, let's go get breakfast. All right, well, no breakfast for us. We came down and the dining room's closed. The snack bar is closed. We are accidentally locked out of our room.
Because Allison picked up the wrong key. She picked up the Suzuki key.
You didn't pick up any key, sir.
Yeah, but I did ask you as we left, do you have the key? And you
And
said,
as
yep.
I pulled it shut, I said, yep. And I was like, nope. So now we're just sitting in the snack bar waiting for it to reopen.
Trying not to
'Cause
get sick.
I was about to say, because I cannot go back down those stairs. I will lose it. Oh.
I'm getting sick too, and I don't get sick that easily.
I'm just staring at the horizon, but it's a little difficult because it keeps disappearing because we're tilting so much.
It's rocking a lot, man. I got bad news, you guys. We got in a lot of trouble for losing our keys, and they threw us in ship jail. This is our cell. No, I'm just kidding. This is the stateroom on the ferry. Got kind of that jailhouse look to it. To be honest, I was expecting actually a little bit worse considering this is just like a maritime ferry, but it's definitely not on the level of the stateroom you would see on a cruise ship or anything like that. But it does come with everything that you need. You have the sleeping quarters right here. You've got the nice tiny little sink, actually a decent amount of counter space. If you come on over here, they actually have kind of a whole closet area where we have stuffed every single bit of our crap. Most importantly, there is a window, and this is very helpful because we are back in open water. Apparently, we didn't realize it, but we're gonna be in this for another 3 hours, and man, it is freaking wavy out there. It's throwing us all over the place. Allison is about to barf behind the camera.
Guys, I'm trying to hold it together for this segment.
Yeah. Some of the waves that are coming off the front of this boat are pretty freaking mean. They're just splashing like 20, 30 feet in the air. It's crazy. But as you can see, it is a bunk setup in this 2-berth stateroom. They got this handy little absolutely bare bones ladder that you have to put up. The whole bed is made of metal. You would think it squeaks a lot, but it really doesn't at all. It's actually really peaceful sleeping in here. You kind of don't hear anything. Every once in a while, the room itself creaks, but that's about it.
But there's the nice hum of the engine below.
Yeah, it's not so bad. And it's not like rumbling you to death like it was out on the solarium. And most importantly, no diesel exhaust fumes. We were happy to learn that they have multiple outlets in the stateroom. They only seem to work about 10% of the time or so. So we've been having to keep resetting this thing. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but it's better than no power at all. But this is the other half of the room. So you can see there's actually a decent amount of room in here.
Yeah, there's an entryway. This is where I would be working out but I'm not going to because it's crazy out there.
You'll throw up in the middle of it, guaranteed.
Another cool feature is you get to control your temperature in here. So you can make it as hot or cold as you would like.
Yeah, that's really handy. I wouldn't have thought it would be that sophisticated. I don't know what I was expecting, like maybe a little dial on a vent or something.
Yeah.
There is this little speaker up here, and I think that this is where the announcement happens. This little knob here, oh, that doesn't even turn. All right, well, that's that. Probably
the biggest advantage to getting a stateroom is that it comes with its very own bathroom, which is actually surprisingly spacious. Come on in here. But I guess this must be just like a whole bathroom unit that they just set in here. All the walls are connected, it's completely waterproof, which is a really good thing because this is the shower curtain they give you. And as you can see, it doesn't do much. So luckily, even if out here gets wet, there's a drain over there.
Yeah, and you gotta watch out because every time you step in here, there's usually a puddle and you forget about it and then you get your feet wet.
And even though they put this huge shower in here, they did not feel it necessary to put huge shelves. Look at this little thing. It's like for the tiniest bar of soap. Confirmed, anything you put on here just immediately falls off.
Yeah, especially in this weather.
Yeah, when they said that we were gonna go into the open water again, we both rushed in here and showered real quick so we wouldn't have to be stuck in a tiny hot room going like this.
Yeah, I always find it really weird when you're in a closed off shower and the waves are rocking because it's like you lose the reference that you're in a boat, and that's what really makes me sick.
Oh, big time. Speaking of, maybe it's time to get out of the bathroom.
No, this is exactly where you want to be for when you get sick.
No, I'm getting trapped. Oh. Y'all, it's getting bad. Every time I move, it's bad. They literally said, just sit. Please don't try to walk around, don't go out on the deck. That's what I'm trying to do, but that's not even working.
Yeah, we almost got a Triangle of Sadness situation here. Have you guys ever seen that movie? If you haven't seen Triangle of Sadness, go watch it. And you can see just how bad seasickness can get. That's a really great movie, by the way. It also doesn't help that I ate a giant bowl of chili earlier.
Okay.
Sorry.
The chili combo is too much, dude.
We're gonna be doing this for the next 2 hours, I think, you guys. We're kind of screwed. Luckily, I don't get nearly as sick as she does. Well, luckily for me, not so luckily for her. Yo, we just popped our heads outside for a minute. Nobody else is outside, and it's like being in the middle of a hurricane or something.
Now we know why they said, don't go out on the deck. Look at this, y'all.
It'll literally almost blow you away.
I have to hold my glasses. They keep trying to fly off my face. This is wild.
Yeah, the water is freaking angry too.
Oh, it's angry, and the whole deck is wet because it's raining too. So you just could go like literally sliding and fly off into outer space, or down in a Davy Jones locker.
Right. Whatever.
I guess we're done out here. Y'all, we just got a bit of signal, so I pulled up my weather app, and check this out. Where we are has a severe weather alert, possible threat to life or property. The winds are 90 kilometers per hour, gusting to 110. That's why it's so dang windy out there. I believe that the typhoon has been downgraded to a potent fall storm, but oh my gosh, you guys, this has been the sailing from hell. This is not what I was expecting.
Confirmed, this storm is potent.
It is potent.
Thank you for sailing with us. We have arrived in Bellingham and the car deck is now open.
How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. I hear you're in town looking for a good time.
Yeah, how much?
Everything, all of it. We made it!
We did.
Sweet, sweet, solid land, y'all. I'm so happy to be off that ship. And now we are back where this whole journey started, back in Bellingham. That feels like it was like 2 lifetimes ago that we left for Alaska.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know I've got my jacket on, but it is very warm outside.
Yeah,
it's like upper 60s.
We've been looking forward to this weather, y'all.
There's a little town just up here, a little downtown area. We're gonna go get some really good coffee.
We made it though, yes. Ferry
Yay!
trip success.
We
Clementine
did
didn't break down.
No, I kept all my insides inside, and
yeah, Allison didn't throw up.
I didn't throw up
What do
once.
you know?
I did sit at the window for about an hour, just like pep talking myself.
Yeah,
though
she did.
it was pretty rough, but we made it.
Man, Bellingham still has all the fall colors. I forgot.
This is awesome. We were really nervous that we had missed it all. Yay!
This is a really sweet downtown area.
Oh, this is the perfect day back in the lower 48. Breakfast / lunch is served. I got my iced latte.
Cheers.
Oh my god.
Back on the mainland.
Back on the mainland. Y'all, in true Endless Adventure fashion, we have no idea what we're doing next. We don't even have a campsite for tonight, which is what I will be doing on this phone as soon as I finish this breakfast. The only things we know for sure is that this weekend we are actually flying back to Missouri. We actually went back there in the middle of the Alaska trip to visit Eric's mom. She's still hanging in there, but we're just trying to spend as much time with her as we can, obviously. So going back again, open-ended. We might have an international trip or two coming
Maybe
up.
we'll be back to the RV. Maybe we'll go international.
Maybe we'll go get the trailer in Texas. I don't
Maybe we'll buy a house.
Maybe we'll buy a house.
I don't know how you guys stick around for all this stuff.
It's fun, right? Keeps us all on our toes. Regardless of what is happening, it's all gonna be fun, and you guys will come along for the ride, whether you want to or not.
But one thing at a time. And for now, it's lunch brunch time.
It's munchin' time. Okay, goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.